Good evening and welcome to the Poets Cafe, where where the art of conversation comes alive, highlighting a new era of Poet Cafe, where artistic voices comes alive. As we welcome everyone into and across the threshold of a new beginning, we will honor the voices and faces of our second anniversary. Today's stories will mark a new chapter on the billboard for artists, writers, singers, poets, painters, and a crafter. Many with gifted talent, sharing stories of yesterday, today, and stories untold, poetically speaking. Welcome to the Poets Cafe with Ron C. McCray and Terry Benjamin. We will continue our journey into a new romance novel of relationship with music as lit, of the soul and the rhythm moving the body from side to side, leaving only memories for our audience as we move forward into today's show. So, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. Now let's get started into our show and listen to the voices of the shadow winds blow, poetically speaking.
Let's get started. Our engineer for this afternoon is Brother Jeff. And of course, this is Poetically Speaking with yours truly, Terry Benjamin, and my brother here, Ronald C. McCray. Today's agenda: Sexy at 60, Triumphant at 70. Now, this was from an idea that I had some time ago when I was out talking about being sexy at 60. And this was a project that I was working on and did many lectures at different places. And so again, if you were sexy at 60, you will be triumphant at 70, and we'll go into that a little bit more. But before I get into the quote of the day, I want to make sure that our VIP people are set up in the VIP lounge. And so I want to go through the people who are there this evening. And so again, in our VIP lounge tonight is Sylvia Carter, Dina Robinson, Karen Wells, Katrina Madison, Yvonne Tomlinson, Joanne Blount, Laretha Foster-Braun, Sharon Gaines, Harry Mars, Elder Leroy Shoulders Jr., Shamba Zane, Sharon Jones Casey, Evan Beyond Fitness, Erica Brown, Patricia Collins Roach, Kenisha Gillespie, Odessa Joan Wallace, Jahan Pepper Sharif, Walu Oyelike, Deborah Hunter, Francois Hercule, Kenneth Washington, Geneva Drake Johnson, Geraldine Wilson, Gail Stewart, Wayne Spikes, Laura Flashberg, Chanel Gilmore, Monica Sane, and last but not least, Pat Hughes, who had recently had a birthday. So happy birthday to you, Patricia Hughes. And so those are the folks in the VIP lounge. And so we appreciate them, and we also appreciate you who are watching. And so I want to go to the quote of the day. And the quote of the day is simply, peace has to be in us before it can be around us. And this is from Jason Wilson, the author of the book Battle Cry. And the full title of the book is Battle Cry, Waging and Winning the War Within. And this was actually published in 2021. And he's gone on to write other books about black men and how they can deal with the emotions. And so we had I told you today's agenda. I gave you the quote of the day. I invited our VIP people into our lounge. And now we can begin our formal presentation. And as always, we begin with Ron's poetry. So Ron, what do you have for us this afternoon?
Well, a couple of things, but I also like to also acknowledge, because one of the most important things, even as when I was teaching Sunday school this morning, and in the conversation, one of the things about New Year. Everybody says Happy New Year, Happy Day, whatever. But, it's really, honestly, is to recognize the biological day that you were born is to celebrate.
Yes.
But keep in mind, every single day that you wake up and you see another day is a celebration to say,
Yes.
Happy New Day.
That's right. Happy New Day.
Yesterday is gone.
Yes.
Tomorrow's not promised.
That's right.
And with all due respect, many have not waken up for whatever reason, however the situation condition.
Yes.
So
yes,
really, each and every day is a new day, not a new year. Because you didn't see the end of the year.
That's
you
right.
didn't even see tomorrow.
That's right.
So really, it was an introduction that society put on us, gave us, and we follow that pattern. But when you look at your ancestors, did they celebrate that in that manner? Or Happy New Year? No, it was
No.
each and every day.
That's right.
Here, a couple of things. I want to read this because I think it also ties into, and this is to really keep everybody on their toes, and it's always a reminder. And I like to read this first. And as I, looked at, we talked about it last week, a few days or so ago. A revolution will not be televised. Keep in mind, there is stuff going on today, unimaginable.
That's right.
But you cannot begin to comprehend what's coming down the pipe. So the whole thing is, are you arming yourself? And I'm not talking about go out and get some guns and ammunition, but I'm talking about
that.
yourself. Arm yourself mentally, physically, with wisdom and knowledge to understand what you need to do as one, as a body, as a whole.
That's right.
So let me read this. A revolution will not be televised. A revolution will not be televised. Listen to the silent march down Broadway in New York City in 1928. A movement is a call to action, not a rally to showcase, but a whisper in the ear of those who will stand up for justice in an unjust society in America. The land of the howling blues, a cry from within the souls of the past. Harriet Tubman's determination was not televised, but the sounds of bleeding hearts pushed them forward towards the gleaming stars at night, under the moon's shadow. Their spirit guided them through the tumultuous conditions, and they never looked back. Wake up, everybody. No more sleeping in bed. Time to think to move ahead.
Right.
The world has changed so very much from what it used to be.
That's right.
There is so much hatred, war, and poverty. Teddy Pendergrass. Something old, something new. So, what has changed while still singing the blues of pain? A revolution will not be televised. Marching and protesting will not be seen. A call to action is a call to rise from separation to the shores of collaboration. With banners, we shall not be moved. We shall not stop until the rising hymn are sung. Unity, we must have unity by the OJs.
Right.
Something old but still needed to understand today. Brother, 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 what's going on? Marvin Gaye. Something old but nothing's new. Or The Temptation, what is it good for? Nothing, says it again. War, we are everyday people living in a changing whirlwind in a low economy for African Americans without the heart of forgiveness. On a ride hard to forgive of the past into this present day. Blemished condition, a trade war on your soul. Something for something leaves nothing to be desired. Curtis Mayfield, keep on pushing. Somehow I found my pride. We have, we have our pride to move on up from the hole of despair. Can't stop now, regardless of the obstacles in our way. Shouting that we are the original Israelites is not the way to go. It is the foundation of the Ethiopian Jews, guided by the higher light of heaven, crossing the threshold of glorious divine, where peace, love, joy, and harmony await. No more pain, no more suffering to endure. A revolution will not be televised. Are you ready for change? This is what's happening now. You hear every day, and unfortunately, it's the continuation of too many keep looking out the window and talking about the man across the street in the White House while he's making his change and dismantling who you are He just haven't gotten to your door to ring that bell. And when he get to your door, he ain't gonna ring no bell. He gonna kick it down and say, "Hey, look, are you legally here? Are you supposed to be here? We're taking away from you." But understand this. He's only continuing to do what has been being done to you for the last umpteen years. And yet too many has been asleep. So that's the problem. Wake up.
Wake up.
A revolution will not be televised. But that can only happen once you come together and join together in collaboration to have a conversation. Not in the spotlight because the man is listening. Not to showcase yourself because he's watching you. But to do, just like so many said, the Harriet Tubman, the Underground Railroad. They didn't know when she was coming. They didn't know when she left. But they looked for her to come back. And they look for her, just like looking for you.
That's right. And I have Brother Richard Medley checking in. He said, "Good afternoon. God bless." Thank you, Richard Medley, and Happy New Year to you. Brother, I like the way you use those song titles to put all that together. You talk about Curtis Mayfield and talking about the Temptations, and when you said those titles, I thought of that music. So I love that tie-in. It's beautiful the way you pull that together.
And that's what's important. And they was singing this, and they was going through the same thing that you think is new today. They was trying to wake up everybody back then.
That's right.
Hey, brother, what's going on? Wake up. Keep on pushing.
Keep on pushing.
Unity. We must have unity, no matter how you look at it.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for those memories. Appreciate it.
A change of mind.
Oh, wow.
Time changes and the seasons drift like a forgotten thought. Recalling yesterday's dream. Eating to live is essential for survival, and the cost depends on how far you are willing to go before exhaustion takes over. Every step reminds us that life is the ultimate goal and should be lived to the fullest. The cost of doing so is the reward for persistence. What we should eat to live has been outlined and explained by the higher creator, the almighty and magnificent God. To gain momentum is to believe without a doubt that another second of thought is not a promise. What is the ability to press on in every moment of each hour we have to make a difference in living for the moment in time.
Yes.
What is life? That we should be mindful of it. When making the right choice to gain access in the spirit of living righteously, being joyful as each day brings a new beginning. For health and well-being, thinking of the whole body from the inside out. One can look around and notice how all of creation is built upon the foundation born from the rich soil, for which one can be thankful. Living to eat is the art of feeling vibrant by recognizing that the greatest gift is living harmoniously and always lifting others above ourselves. With each changing season, we must understand that ceaseless prayer is the goal we all strive to achieve. Shift your perspective on life and learn to frame your approach to living your best life within the time we all have. Live your best life now. Eat to prevent illness. Choose foods that are beneficial for your body and eat to live today. Tomorrow is not a promise and yesterday is gone. The only opportunity is to live now before the day is done. You only get one. Treat it like pure, precious rubies, diamonds, sapphires, and gold. Eat to live.
Wow,
and that in itself, it really starts with the mind. Now, what you eat is your right. As long as you are healthy and you're doing what you can, you're breathing, you're doing everything you can. But all of that really is centered around your mental, your physical, your spiritual, your emotional state.
That's right.
Are you feeding your emotion? Are you feeding your spiritual? Are you feeding, what are you feeding to make sure or to assure that you are at life's stage of life, being healthy. It has nothing to do with your physical appearance. It has everything to do with your internal way of thinking. That's what we're talking about. That's what we look at. everybody, all of us is entitled to do what we want to do.
Wow, yes.
Okay? But look at yourself and understand, who are you?
Yeah, because again, I think I like what you're saying, because really, quiet as kept, food should be your medicine. And the fact that this brother is talking about eating better to live is something that we should take into our mind and our body and our spirit, because to be fit is not to have all big muscles and that kind of stuff, but to be fit, really, the definition of fitness is to go through your day with energy and vitality. And so when you rest at night, it would be definitely an easy sleep because you have done something toward the day. So please keep that in mind.
I want to read this one and a couple others, but I want to come back to it after we open the floor up,
Okay.
you know, especially my brother here. This one is like-mindedness. Like-mindedness is a collaboration among a systematic group of thinkers rising to new heights of innovation. Like-minded people have equal ways of lifting someone else up along the way, building on another one's shoulders with inspiration for the greater good. Embracing new concepts open doors for others to live a life better than one without selfishness, but it also serves as a gateway to becoming a better person through speaking, acting, and greeting with a harmonious smile. Innovators are individual souls yearning to connect in ways unlike a dim light trying to glow in darkness, yet reversing the power source to engage life and allow others to participate in a different level of joy without the burden of a negative attitude. Are you one with a genetic force that magnetizes others, serving one common purpose for a good of humanity? You know, like-mindedness.
It is good. It's really good. Good. Continue with that. You want us to say some more about being like-minded?
Yeah, I mean, we talk about it all the time, you know, poetically speaking. You know, it's about how do we engage, and we look at you, we listen to you, we ask you for your comments, but we try to inspire you, to motivate, and we're doing the exact same thing for ourselves.
That's right.
We don't just come over here just because we came out the darkness and from the woods and whatnot, rambling, screaming, and hollering, screaming, all that, and because we don't have anything to think about, to say, and whatnot, we don't have anything to share, but we just open up our mouths. You see, it's nothing worth for somebody just come out and just rambling about nothing. You see, that's one of the things about the difference between listening and hearing.
Yes, yes.
See, a person who hears jump out there, but a person who listen tentatively with a tentative ear to soothe the sounds of the words that's coming from somebody that will inspire me, that I can learn from. Because every word, every letter has a definition, but you have to know the inception of that. Because it's about educating ourselves. And even if you can't, even if you don't know how, we're not here to make fun. We're here to embrace with a smile, a heart-loving smile with warmth. Because again, everybody's not on the same level, but we all come from the soil of the earth. We all was birthed from the hands of those of Him, God, who created us. And we all will return back to the exact same soil. Now, how we return is one thing, but we will return back to that soil.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And that's why we encourage you to read. And that's why this segment is called Mind, Body, and Books. Now, this book that I'm going to present to you today, as a matter of fact, I brought this book in 1968. And when I bought this book, it was 95 cents. Can you believe it? And the name of the book is simply To Kill a Black Man. And this is by Louis E. Lomax, a black journalist who was very popular at that particular time. And I just want to read something here from the back of the book, because he knew Malcolm X and he also knew Dr. Martin Luther King. When I posted the announcement for today's program, I used a picture of Dr. King and Malcolm X shaking hands and being together. Now, this is the only time that they were together, and they took a picture, and this picture has become iconic. And so I used that picture to post today's program. But I want to read from the back of the book. It says here, Louis E. Lomax was a close friend to both Malcolm X and Martin Luther King Jr. In this biography of both men, he includes the things Malcolm did not tell in his autobiography. He dissects Malcolm's famous letters. Lomax writes with the sympathy and understanding of a friend, but he is also quick to point out the shortcomings of both Malcolm X and Martin Luther King Jr. and the reasons for their failure to achieve their goals and to obtain the full support of all their people. Martin Luther King Jr. began with the 1955-56 Montgomery bus boycott and advocated nonviolence. Malcolm X preached for the black Muslims, and violence was always on his tongue. King rose from a middle-class background to take his place as a pastor of a Baptist church. Malcolm rose from the ghetto by way of crime and prison. The aims of both men were always close, but their methods were drastically opposed. However, Lomax shows how both men developed and changed until towards the end they were very close to complete agreement. Without Malcolm X and Martin Luther King Jr., there would be no SNCC, SNCC, or no CORE, no Black Power or Black Panthers. Whether they admit it or not, the future plans of Negro leaders must be built on the foundations laid by these two men who founded or encouraged the organizations which are active today. Louis E. Lomax is a well-known author, reporter, and TV host commentator, and no man is better qualified to deal with the lives and ideas of these two remarkable men. And so again, the name of this book is To Kill a Black Man. Again, it was actually written and published in 1968. The second book that I have is also another one of my favorite books, but this book is really beautiful because it's called The Last Holiday, and it's really was actually published after Gil Scott-Heron had passed, that he had died. But he talks about his work with Stevie Wonder and how they came to put together this national holiday for Dr. King. As a matter of fact, there is a picture here in the book. It says here, Gil Scott-Heron in January 1981, 2 weeks before the rally for Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. at the Washington Mall. And so again, this book talks about how that holiday came about. And before I leave this and go on to my next segment, I just want to, this is actually a poem that Gil Scott-Heron wrote for Dr. King, and I'd just like to share it with you from the book entitled The Last Holiday, a memoir by Gil Scott-Heron, and this was actually published in 2012. And it says here, and this is Gil, he says here, I admit that I never had much thought. I admit that I never had given much thought as to how much of a battle would have to be fought to get most Americans to agree and then say that there actually should be a black holiday. But what a hell of a challenge. How far would Stevie go to make them pass legislation tabled 10 years in a row? I didn't doubt for a second that the brother was sincere, but how many minds had come together in the last 12 years? How many folks recognized that America had to grow? And who else could convince them that yesterday had to go? I had liked the idea of a minister being around when racing for high stakes to have his foot near the brakes. Because of what truly had gone down, I thought America would have blown up before it could ever be said that we had grown up. And for whatever reason, were there Americans who never knew that Dr. King prevented the chaos and would give him his due? I admire Stevie's enthusiasm and that he spoke his mind, but right does not triumph over wrong every time. Gandhi took nonviolence with him when he died. Over here there was nonviolence, but only on one side. When white folks beat up and killed people that you knew, you might direct your anger at a building or two, instead of making the Old Testament a civil rights guide and saying that an eye for an eye would now be justified. We were told to accept that some white folks had no class, and instead of condemning white people en masse, we were told remaining peaceful would be the best thing, and directing that philosophy were men like Dr. King. Through a storm of provocation to fight, we saw that in order to change America, you must change the law. They call us militants and radicals, and we were made to look bad for trying to secure rights all Americans had. But behind what's often written is where you find the real thing. So America might not have made it without Dr. King. And so this would go from Gil Scott-Heron. And so again, the two men, two supposedly different philosophies that came together toward the end. And now I want to go on to Music is Lit. And in this segment, what we do is we read lyrics of songs as poetry. And this song here that I'm about to read is from this book, another book that I think I brought this book in like 1970. It was $1.25. And again, it was called here, The Poetry of the Soul. It says here, for the first time in book form, lyrics from soul music's greatest poets, Nina Simone, Aretha Franklin, Otis Redding, Curtis Mayfield, Isaac Hayes, B.B. King, and more, telling the truth and spreading the word. It's edited by a brother named A.X. Nicholas. And the song that I'd like to read was actually written by Bobby Taylor and sung by Nina Simone. And the name of the song is Why? Question mark, why? The King of Love is dead. And it reads, once upon this planet Earth lived a man humble bound, preaching love and freedom for his fellow man. He was dreaming of the day peace would come on earth to stay. And he spread this message all across the land. Turn the other cheek, he pled. Love thy neighbor was his creed. Pain, humiliation, death he did not grant. With his Bible on his side, from his folks he did not hide. It's hard to think that this great man is dead. Oh yeah. For the murders never cease. Are they men or are they beasts? What do they ever hope to gain? Will my country be forced to fall? Is it too late for us all? And did Martin Luther King just die in vain? 'Cause he's seen and he knew he could not stop. Always living with the threat of death ahead. Folks, you better stop and think, 'cause we're heading for the brink. What will happen now that he is dead? He was for equality for all people, you and me, full of love and goodwill. Hate was not his way. He was not a violent man. Tell me, folks, if you can, just why was he shot down the other day? And he knew that he could not stop, always living with the threat of death ahead. Folks, you better stop and think and feel again, 'cause we're heading for the brink. What's going to happen now that the King of Love is dead? Song written by Bobby Taylor and sung by Nina Simone. The last song that I want to share with you is a song that I'm sure everybody is familiar with, but I want to just preface this with a quote from Stevie Wonder. And Stevie says here that I had a vision of the Martin Luther King birthday as a national holiday. I wrote about it because I imagined it and I saw it and I believed it. So he imagined it, he saw it, he believed it, and it came to be a reality. And the thing is, we know we celebrate the holiday on January the 19th, but understand the birthday of Dr. King was on January 15th. And then to that end, we're going to have a special program on January the 15th on the birthday of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. So please tune in for our Thursday show where we actually celebrate Dr. King's birthday on the actual date of his birthday was January the 15th. So this song was actually recorded in 1980. And again, we all know it because it's by Stevie Wonder and it's entitled Happy Birthday. You know, it doesn't make much sense. There ought to be a law against anyone who takes offense at a day in your celebration. Because we all know in our minds that there ought to be a time that we can set aside to show just how much we love you. And I'm sure you would agree, what could fit more perfectly than to have a world party on the day you came to be. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. I just never understood how a man who died for good could not have a day that would be set aside for his recognition. Because it should never be just because some cannot see the dream as clear as he that they should make it become an illusion. And we all know everything that he stood for time will bring, for in peace our hearts will sing thanks to Martin Luther King. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Why has there never been a holiday where peace is celebrated all throughout the world? The time is overdue for people like me and you who know the way to truth is love and unity to all God's children. It should be a great event, and the whole day should be spent in full remembrance of those who lived and died for the oneness of all people. So let us all begin. We know that love can win. Let it out. Don't hold it in. Sing loud as you can. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. We all know the key to unity of all people is in the dream that has so long ago, that lives in all of the hearts of people that believe in unity, will make the dream become a reality. I know we will, because our hearts tell us so. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. And so, Ron, it's something to think about.
You know, it's really sad. Not even something to think about. You know, the sad
Lord.
part about it, you know, and I want to just a couple of points to come back to that, which
Please.
you just read. One, to kill a black man. You tell me, when did that start and when did it stop?
Ooh, it never stopped.
Well, let me help you out for starters. It started the moment the man stepped on the soil of Africa and shackled your ancestors. Whipped you and raped you and enslaved you and everything else. That's when it started. When it stopped, it hasn't. It's still going on. You hear it every day. And yet you look at the news and you gossip, you talk about this and that and the other, but you haven't waken up yet. And as we said earlier, wake up, everybody. No more sleeping
in bed. Yes.
No matter how you look at it. And so to kill a black man, as even some of the poets and the pieces that was just read, even with Malcolm and Martin, they said then. And here's a book that was out, To Kill a Black Man, 1968. Unless you're 65 and up, it may not have been.
May not have been around.
You know, for those who have and are, what are you doing to revisit without reliving, but to see what's happening today? What are you doing to come together? Now I want to come on up to now.
Yes, yeah.
My brother and I, when I was at AT&T, drove down to D.C. for that very day. We took off for that very day because it was announced, and this is what we're going to do to celebrate King's birthday. You're not celebrating a birthday. You celebrated a legacy, a life lived, a person who fought for justice.
That's right.
Justice that was happening long before him.
That's right.
But he continued to carry the banner and the baton through the next generation. And yet and still, here to me, it faded out. Where at that time, we celebrate King's birthday. You took off, you didn't have to work, you didn't buy, you didn't spend, but there was every place around this city and town, black shops, black businesses. There was presenting, Black History, King's birthday, their fellowship, they came together. You see the sad part about it, and let me say this. You see, the only time y'all come together is when you want to glorify your moment or glorify something that somebody else has put in place for you, but you don't glorify your history. You see, King's birthday is not just to celebrate a birthday to say, well, we shall overcome. No, it's to celebrate what he has done and died for. And every single person, young, middle, white, and Jewish people marched along with him, sacrificed. And yet today, his day should be as high in honor as a Jewish holiday, because Jewish people don't do anything on that day. They don't even want you to blink on that day. When a Jewish holiday comes, they stand firm on that day. What are blacks doing in reference to the one day that is given to you? Until you come together in full force to make sure that every single state, even if some of the states don't recognize it, every single black person throughout the United States should be honoring his birthday and don't do nothing. There's no such thing. You have to go out and get some chicken, some fried chicken, some oxtail, and all the other stuff. You got to get your hair done, your nails done, your face and shaving it. There's no such thing. There's no way in hell you can say that you can't sacrifice one day. But if the man tells you it's Columbus Day, Martin Luther King, the President's Day, or somebody else's day, all of a sudden they close down. Now you're forced to celebrate the Columbus Day and St. Patrick's Day and somebody else's day.
All of that.
Everybody else's day, but you don't honor your day.
That's right.
Why? Ask yourself why.
That's a good question. Amira Shabazz says, hey, with a heart there. Thank you, Amira. We got to have Amira Shabazz come back. I don't know if she's available. Call me. We need to talk about it. Need to have you back. Again, Thursday, actually birthday of Dr. King, we're going to have a special Poetically Speaking program. But I want to move into our next segment called Food for Thought. And in this particular segment, I'm going to go back to what I talked about at the beginning of the program. Today's agenda said, if you are sexy at 60 and you're still around, well, now you're triumphant at 70. And Amira Shabazz says, yes. So I hope that means that she'll be on the program. But triumphant, okay? Sexy at 60, triumphant at 70. And this is what I mean. I just want to throw out some ideas that I have about this. Because, Ron, I believe that you should have a plan for your life. And what I try to do, kind of ambitious, I try to think 10 years ahead of myself. So I'm 70 right now. I'm 75, and I'm thinking about 80, what I'm going to look like and feel like and be like at 80. So I try to be ahead of myself. But again, every decade you should have something going on. So we'll say that if you're sexy at 60, it doesn't start at 60, it probably starts at 50, and then 60, then 70. So again, I just want to throw this out just for some food for thought. Triumphant. So triumphant at 70, and I break it down. Each of the letters means something, it's an acronym. And so the T is for teachable. Are you still teachable? Are you still learning? Okay? R is for responsible. What you do with your life is up to you. I is for integrity. Are you talking the talk and not walking the walk? Understanding. Do you understand what's going on? Do you understand what time it is? Motivation. I believe in self-motivation. So you can have somebody push you and prod you, but sometimes that doesn't last. Motivation. P is for passion. What is your passion? What is the thing that gets you up in the morning? What is the thing that moves you to do what you do? So P is passion. H is hope. I still hope. I still have hope. I still have hope things will be better. I'm an eternal optimist. No matter what happened to me, and many times I've been knocked down, I still have hope. H is for hope. A is for action. You can have all the best ideas and all the dreams in the world, but if you don't move on it, if you don't put action, it's not going to happen. E is for new. Try something new. Try something new. Don't be stuck into what you've been doing for the last 60, 70, whatever years. Try something new. Maybe try a new food. Try a new program. I listen to a lot of podcasts, and some podcasts I listen to, you wouldn't believe that I listen to these. because I want to get an idea what's going on. So try something new. And the last one, T. T's for testimony. It's time to tell your story. It's time to stop thinking about history or his story, but what about your story? And so again, just some food for thought. Triumphant at 70, teachable, responsible, integrity, understanding, motivation, passion, hope, action, new, testimony. Okay? So that's what triumphant means to me. So what say you, my brother? What does that word triumphant mean to you? And it's so funny because my brother, as I was doing my 60 at Sexy programs, he had actually written a poem about it that he shared with me. I really enjoy it, so maybe we'll share that with you some other time. But again, if you're sexy at 60, you are triumphant at 70.
You know, let me see those letters again, because I started, but nevertheless, I'll do this right quick. Okay. Give me half a second.
Yeah.
Because what's important is...
Because you can look on your schedule, too.
Oh, yeah. I think I had it in front of me.
This is totally unrehearsed.
You know, what's interesting is that, and you're right, sexy at what?
60.
At 60. Sexy is the mindset that you instill in yourself to be as glorious, as fabulous as you want to be.
That's right.
When you look in that mirror, and I say this in even one of my pieces, you know, when you stand there butt naked, it doesn't matter. Look at yourself.
Look at yourself.
And you say, hey, I know I look good. Why? Because I feel good. So again, triumphant. You know, take time to enjoy the moment. Feel the freshness of who you are. Aura. Remember from where you come from.
That's right.
If you look good when you was young and you thought you was all about you then, well, don't have a bad attitude now, but know that you are who you used to be.
That's right.
With the mindset that you have changed. I know I look good. Time changes everything. Seasons change. Nothing stays the same.
It doesn't.
But it all depends on how you carry yourself. Aura. Remember from where you come from, no matter how you look at it. Be intimate. There's nothing wrong with being intimate. You know, a lot of conversation, there's a lot of podcasts, people talking about being intimate. Whatnot. Intimacy doesn't necessarily mean being sexual or or having sex or being lustful and whatnot. It's part of life. It's part of the glamour that you bring. It's part of what you show who you are. Yes, I'm sexy, whether you like it or not. But I'm telling me, and I feel good.
That's right.
You know, and I didn't get to the rest of it, but even with you, the ultimate feeling, the ultimate flavor, the ultimate energy that you take to the next level, no matter how you look at it. Be in the mood for something more pleasant. Be in the mood for something that's going to continue to inspire you.
Yes.
P, have peace. Be pleasant.
Yes.
Patient.
Yes.
No matter how you look at it, these are the things, these are just tabs of things that you add to who you are or supposed to be or want to be. Because as long as you stay in someplace, woe is me. Even darkness don't even want to be bothered with you. You know, H, happy, healthy.
Yes.
You know, humorous, harmonious, no matter how you look at it. Whatever word you can think. Look in the dictionary, find something that's positive. You know, A, you know, all around. I know I'm good. Look, turn around. Get on the fast
Look at me.
around, whatever the case may be. You know, and be nice. Just be nice to you, the people around you, whatnot. Always show kindness to them. And T, no matter how you look at it, always, once again, take time to appreciate the moment of who you are, no matter how you look at it.
Brother, I love the way that you broke that down because, again, your T, your R, Your I, your UMPT, might be different than mine, and that's okay. I got this idea from a book by a brother, Dr. Dennis Kimbrough, and it's called Daily Motivation for African American Success. And again, and this is one of those books where you really supposed to read like one a year, but of course I read the whole thing maybe a couple of hours. And this is a book really that I've had for some time. It's almost falling apart here. And again, there's books that I hold on to, and because they really mean a lot to me. And I just want, before we move on, I just want to share with you. This is from August the 24th, and it says here, "Living life triumphantly," and he talks about triumph. And he says here, in a previous meditation, we examined the components of failure. But let's take a look at the qualities that make up triumphant. And so again, and this is from Dr. Dennis Kimbrough. As he says, teachability, truthfulness, thankfulness, R, responsibility, respect, resourcefulness, I, integrity, imagination, ideals, U, understanding, usefulness, uplift, M, motivation, mind, morality, P, passion, persistence, patience, and H, hope, happiness, and harmony. And this is triumphant. And he says here, just knowing the qualities that comprise triumph is not sufficient. We must use them. Now, let me go there. We must use them. What we want, said Benjamin O. Davis, the first African-American promoted to the rank of general in the armed forces, is no reason to return to our families triumphantly. The eminent heart surgeon, Daniel Hale Williams, told a group of struggling interns, the triumphant life belongs to the individual who narrows the gap between what he is, what he appears to be, and what he longs to be. When it comes to living triumphantly, a spark of an idea can cause an explosion of possibilities. To fan the flames, we need to be enthusiastically supportive of our dreams, no matter how crazy or far-fetched they seem. A triumphant life occurs when we pursue worthy goals and ideals. The only way that we can triumph is through the successful realization of our goals. And again, he leaves us with this affirmation. I understand what it takes to be triumphant. I can see that success is possible for me. Let me say it again. I understand what it takes to be triumphant. I can see that success is possible for me. And so I'm saying to you, like my brother said, that every day that we live, every day that we're here on this planet, have a reason, have a purpose for that day. So when you go to bed at night, you can sleep well because you know that you use this day that God has given you to the best of your ability. And that's why I stress I am an advocate of lifelong learning. Don't stop learning, because when you stop learning, you stop growing. And when you stop growing, although you may not be under the ground, you are dead. You are a dead man or a dead woman walking. You just haven't fallen down yet. So don't. Ron, it frustrates me because some people get into their 60s and 70s and 80s and they just stop. It's almost that they're just sitting around waiting to die because they don't do anything new. They don't try to realize dreams that they haven't realized before. I mean, it is never too old. You're never too old to start a new dream. And so what I'm saying to you, please, I'm probably preaching to the choir because I know you know what I mean. You know what I'm talking about, because you're not sitting around letting your life pass you by saying that, well, you know, let the young kids have it. Let them do what they can do. No, as long as you're alive, you can do something, because now we're elders. We are the elders that they should be looking up to. But they can't look up to us unless we're doing something. So I'm Elder Terry Benjamin. He's Elder Ron McCray. That doesn't mean that we're old and that we're done. No, we're not done. But we are seasoned individuals because we've been here for some time. And so again, when you think about Dr. King, when you think about Malcolm X, you think about our great leaders, understand that the leader that you need and the leader that you want is the leader within yourself. And so don't be afraid to express what you want, what you feel, what you think, because we need to hear that right now. We need to be triumphant every single day, whether you're 60, 70, or whatever. Whether you, and really going back to your 20s, 30s, or 40, whatever, every day be triumphant, and really every day put your best forward. Put your best foot forward. That's what I wanted to say.
And be determined. Are you determined to make a change in your life? You know, the names you have mentioned, they have rose up to ranks and changed their, brought their dreams and inspiration, whatever was inside of them, they brought it to life, even under condition that you and I cannot begin to imagine. You read the story, you hear the story, but when you go back mentally and try to relive in the past and watch exactly what they were going through, doctors, lawyers, writers, that's why we have here. But they rose up. Your history, our conversation, we are here because of them, because we have been inspired by what they have done under those conditions. And yet those same conditions that they triumphed through, the same condition today, you sit back and talk, look what they're doing to us. Well, we ain't doing nothing. And now you want to retaliate. But they didn't do that. They didn't retaliate. They retaliate by proving their point that they're going to rise up and move forward for freedom. That's what you have today. Educators, writers. I just looked up somebody earlier today, a psychologist. I forgot the name off the top of my head. The black psychologist who went to Lincoln and Lincoln University. And those, as I'm speaking, you might look that name up. The African American black psychologist. Look him up. I can't think of the name off the top of my head, so don't crucify me now. But the point is, they done something. What are you doing today? I'm not taking away, we're not taking away from those who are making a difference. The issue is, as my brother said, learning is one thing, but are you sharing? See, there's a difference. You can't learn something if you don't share something. You know, but if you're learning and sharing, then we continue to keep the lineage of our history continue to move forward. That's why Harriet Tubman said, reach back and grab somebody. You heard that, seen that, but one thing she didn't do, she didn't let you go back, run off at the mouth like so many today, run off at the mouth. She said, no, the only way you're going to be free is that I'm going to take you forward, or I'm going to kill you right here. So we don't need anybody sitting here among us that we're trying to plan and move forward. And they're talking about, well, and then you go back and sit among those you think is your company, your friends, and whatnot. Because those are the same ones that's killing you today.
And also on that note, again, our history is every day. It's not just in February. It's not that little short month that they give us. That's not the extent of our history. And also, just want you to put in your calendars February the 18th. Ron and I will be at the Broadway Public Library for a open mic event sponsored by Poetically Speaking. We'll have more information about that, but I want you to sort of keep that in mind. But again, please continue to support us, continue to support yourself. And we're not going to go away, because we have gotten to the age where we have things that we want to share, and it would be a tragedy if we did not share the things that we have learned. So I know my brother, he has more poetry for you, he has more insights for you, and really, we thank you for being out there, because you're out there, we're here. Thank you, Richard Medley. Thank you, Amira Shabazz, and also those who are watching, especially those in our VIP segment. So again, please continue with us, because we're going to continue with you.
You know, Dr. Evans says, and he always says, and he's very, very stern on this, and he's very adamant about it, and that is, as we know, one of the things that have faded out in a lot of ways is fellowship. Meeting somebody, having a short conversation. I'm not talking about this, what they used to have, meet and greet once a month, and find out your title and position and whatnot. It's not about that. It's not about your title and position. It's about who are you. Hey, I like to get to know you. It's not about going to bed with anybody. It's not about getting drunk. Who are you? Can we talk? Can we laugh? Can we have what do we have in common? We can laugh and talk. This right here. We speak to you. You chime in with your comments, whatnot. That right there. But see, we can't see nobody, because everybody's hiding out behind the cameras, behind the scenes on social media. But what about coming out into the light that brings you life? you know, and collaborate.
That's
So
right.
as my brother said, we're going to be at such and such place. You heard it. Meet and greet. You come out, we fellowship. If you're not able to meet it, we may come to you. But the point is meet and greet somebody new, no matter how you look at it.
Yeah. So again, we would love to see you at our public events, and we'll keep you posted of that. It's so funny, Ron. We go through this program, and the time flies. So we're now we're about 5-10 minutes away from the end. So again, thank you for tuning in, and we're going to continue.
I'd like to read this piece here. This one is centered around women, but understand it's not just for women, it's for men. I think I wrote one too about the brothers too, but I can tie that into this piece. But keep in mind, and as we've been talking, 60 after 60 or 60 after 80, 90, 100 years old, no matter how you look at it, even if you're 20, you know, 18 and whatever the kid, it's how you carry yourself. But let me just read this one. And this one titled All in Stride. She walks for the attention. She moves for the glamour. Speaks in silence. Frown with grace, but her voice brings wonders to the pleasantness of my soul. Her beauty rises. The fragrant leaves traces of an aroma, succulent as the smell of lavender, colorful as the shades of autumn. The clothes she wears mimics the contour of her movement as she steps dance to the rhythm that only a jazz player knows how to blow the right notes. He crowns her with lyrics that causes her body to reach an orgasm, but saves the best for last. All in stride does her conversation speak with softness, and the silent whisper of her lips asks, "Are you listening?" My heart spoke, and the vibe shivered in my soul, crying out for romance. Quivering in her stride, she says, "My love is beyond romance, but deep as the skies are blue, sweet as a honeydew, soft as the air that blows without movement or knowing its direction." She asks, "Would you hold my hand?" While gazing at the wonders all around, and the sounds of nothing was felt in her spirit. Then she turns and smiles. "Let's do it again." Caress me while I sit for a moment to reminisce the savory of time. Mountains are hard to climb, valleys are low, but the walk through the park brings solace to romance, rich and vibrant. Can I kiss you before I leave? Goodbyes are never easy, so I won't say hello. This moment will last my lifetime, and memories never die alone.
So again, my brother, you can take us out of here now because we're at that point.
You know, just in short, you know, it's always a pleasure, one, to welcome you and to listen to you and your comments, and we thank you for chiming in. And again, every day is a new day that we wake up because somebody didn't wake up. It's always a pleasure, and as we present it to you, and we continue to present to you something new or something old, but something old is something new because, again, even though you may have forgotten or to help somebody renew something, but it's up to us to continue to collaborate in a way that we can lift each other's spirit up, to energize the wisdom and knowledge as God has given us, whether you Christians or Muslims or Jewish, doesn't matter. If there's a higher power that you pray for, what are you praying for that you won't pass on to somebody else? Because the word said, "What have I given you or forgiven you of that you won't pass on to somebody else?" You see, you cannot hoard. You must pass it on, because your blessings cannot fill in one spot that where there's locks and bars and everything else surrounding it. So you must release what is given to you from a higher power, even your smile, your energy, no matter how, your gracefulness. No matter how you look at it, it's about embracing one another. Brother is about helping and hosting the sisters in a gentle way. Sisters is about appreciating the foundation in which the brother is there for you. It's about a foundation and a building. And as Teddy Pendergrass says, a house without a home is what? You have none. So they both go together. So brothers, be that lion who rises up. Women, be the lioness who knows how to curl up. And again, it's about coming together to support one another, no matter how you look at it. And with that, until we meet again, we truly say goodbye.